I'm still living with your ghost.
Hello.
Hey, Art, how are you, man?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. How's things out on the left coast?
I don't know. I'm in Milwaukee, Minneapolis today. I had
Oh, are you? Okay.
yeah, we're on tour, man.
We're trying
It's,
to schedule all these times, and we get like Pacific and Central Time and stuff. And so we were scheduling on West Coast time. So I was like, oh, he's out in California now, of course.
yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool. I was just like, I was sitting there waiting, like, really? But no, that's okay. No, I'm glad. It's weird when you're on tour and you're moving around. It's weird when you get into parts of the Midwest where the line goes like this.
Oh, right.
One day you're 50 miles away, but you're in a different time zone. So, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are things with you, man?
Good, man. We're rocking out here. Got a couple of days off. Gonna get some work done. Got homework to do and class today online. So
What kind of classes are you taking? Like, are you going to school?
I'm finishing my certification for certified life coach, but today is a class at college to finish my psychology degree. I'm going back to school after 30 some years. But I want to get my psychology degree and sorry, that's my wife calling me back. So yeah, I want to do coaching and counseling for creatives. I want to work with people like me who have addiction problems, have emotional problems in the past, and just creative people have issues sometimes, and
Sure.
Sometimes we're on the spectrum. That's what. Not saying I am. I'm sure I am, but it just there's different things that go into making a person creative and good at it, and a lot of times those things turn into trouble. And I want to be there to be of service to people and help people.
Oh man, that's awesome. Well, I mean, you've already done a great job, in your career with Everclear, because I mean, you have reached out to, God, countless people over the past nearly 30 years with the band now, man.
And I'm very proud of that, and I intend to do that more. Like, Everclear isn't going anywhere, man. That's my bread and butter, and I love doing it. I mean, I'm almost 60 years old. I'm 59. I get to play guitar and sing in a rock and roll band. That's the dream, dude.
That's the way to live life, right there, man.
Be grateful, full of gratitude, and recognize your blessings and don't take them for granted. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, in the past couple of years, we've heard, a couple different things from you in the Wichita area. One, more directly for us, you did the Songs and Stories tour with Chris Collingwood of Fountains of Wayne. You were with Max Collins from Eve 6 and John Wozniak from Marcy Playground, right? Got them all. Yeah. All from memory. I swear I don't have notes on that. That was a really cool show that you guys put together. Something very different from like a normal, rock show that we would have gone to.
It was a lot of fun. It was fun to do something like in between the Summerland tours to break it up, Unfortunately, people didn't understand what it was till they actually saw it, and they're like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
But, it didn't do so well financially. So unfortunately, it hasn't become a brand that promoters are actually screaming for. So.
Well,
I would like to try it again.
I was going to say, I would hope you would do it again because, I mean, you four, especially during the time period when, these bands were very large and writing, storytelling in rock music was very influential, much like people would say story writing in country music, is kind of a part of that. I would say that the storytelling in these four bands specifically, was very interesting.
Absolutely. I mean, well, I appreciate you saying that and comparing us to that, but that's one of the things that, everybody loves about country music. People that like country music is the stories.
Yeah.
Now, I tend to like the older country music better. I like the music, the instrumentation of older music, and I like the twang. I really like the twang, and I like the stories of the old school stuff. But that being said, being a storyteller, singing from the first person, people think a lot of times you're writing from autobiographical experiences, and sometimes in my case it's true. Father of Mine, New Life, different songs, but I'd say that's about a third of it, and the other 2/3, 1/3 is just me taking different situations and writing stories.
Okay.
you can't tell the difference, I'm doing my job, right?
That's right. That's right. We lost you there for a second, actually. I got
Oh
about.
yeah, I just got a sign saying my internet connection is unstable. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. You got to love technology, having to do these things in different ways now, you know?
Well, I mean, I was, I was rushing to get into my hotel room because I wanted to do it with a better internet than on the bus, because bus internet is never that good.
Oh, it's always sketchy. You never know what the other guys are looking up on their phones too at the same time. So.
Yeah, well, I'm on my computer because I thought it would be stronger being online,
Yeah.
But well,
Yeah.
let me
No,
know
no.
if it happens again. I can jump on the phone.
Yeah, no. I think we're totally fine now. So now, obviously, the other news that we got, from you in the last couple of years is that you were diagnosed with MS after an accident. I believe it's been 5 years now since your accident, right?
A little over,
A little
yeah.
over 5 years
It
now.
was 2016 April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how, everyone obviously wants to know how you're doing with your health. And then I'm curious, while you were going through that, when you got the diagnosis, what your brain was going through about, like, how is this going to affect my career? Will it affect my career?
Yeah. It was panic, disbelief. I did a solo record last year, or in 20. See, I'm just skipping 2020. 2020 does not count.
I think we all want to skip 2020. That one, yeah.
2019, I put out a solo record called Sun Songs, and one of the songs on it's called Hot Water Test, about my MS. And even though I was diagnosed in 2016, I didn't tell people other than people in my life. And if I met people who had MS, I talked about it. I wasn't hiding it, but I wasn't going out and telling people about it. But then when I became more comfortable with the fact that I could function and do it, and it wasn't this big monster that was going to jump out from under the collective beds of my life and kill me, I felt more comfortable talking about it. But that being said, there's a line in the song about, like, after they told me, I went out to my car and I called my wife and cried.
I smiled at people as I walked to my car to call my wife. I told her everything the doctors had said. Then we both began to cry.
We didn't know what the hell multiple sclerosis was. We knew it was bad. It sounds pretty scary, but by the time I got home, my wife had, like, my computer, her computer, my daughter's iPad. Looked like she was trying to, like, hack into Fort Knox or something. And she's like, "Baby, we got this. We're going to do this." And we've been doing it. And up until January of this year, I was doing pretty good. I was doing pretty good. I'd have little flare-ups here and there, but for the most part, I felt pretty good and strong. And I've toured every year, as you know, and it just kept going. And but I got COVID this year. Really, really bad. And I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks, and I was in bed for about 2 months after that. Never been that sick. Didn't know what it was like. Never been sick like that. And it made my COVID worse. So I progressed because of that. So now I'm in starting a new medication, and that's rough. I look like I'm tired all the time, and I'm not, but it's just, it is what it is, man. I'm out here on the road doing it, and I'm not complaining, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be alive and still doing things. And
yeah, I think we can all relate to the looking tired all the time thing anymore. I don't think, different reasons, but
I know, but it's like my wife's like, "Are you sad? What's the matter?" I'm like, "Nothing. I'm just, this medication's got me feeling just."
I just need a nap. That's all. We can do that.
Many naps, several naps. Wake up, have breakfast, take a nap.
Dude. And then, be a rock star later in the day. That just sounds like the life to me, man.
Well, yeah, really? Just naps.
Naps and rock stars. Well, obviously, things haven't really slowed you down much because you are doing the Summerland tour, and we're very excited about you coming to Wichita with this lineup. And this lineup is something very, dear to a lot of people's hearts, because you've got, the legends in living color, coming out with you.
Legend.
Hoobastank is on this with you. And I apologize if when we get to your set, I don't have a voice left, because I will probably lose it singing Teenage Wasteland with Wheatus. I apologize, or Teenage Dirtbag. I'm sorry, with Wheatus. So, I'll at least be mouthing the words with you by the time we get to your set.
Well, I tell you, Brendan from Wheatus would be very happy for you to have be a little confused between Teenage Dirtbag and Teenage Wasteland. I'm sure you wish he had the royalties from Bob O'Reilly, right? By a small country in the Caribbean.
Yeah, no joke.
But no, I mean, all these bands, like I've been saying it left and right, man. You're going to see a bunch of middle-aged guys with tattoos and platinum records on their wall on the side of the stage at Living Color, doing air guitar, The Cult of Personality, and many other songs as well, as far as I'm concerned. Having them, getting to know those guys, getting to know your heroes is always a dicey thing. It could be, you could be seriously disappointed. In this case, it exceeded my hopes. They're
awesome.
Wonderful people. They're wonderful band. The guys in Hoobastank are just amazing. And me and Brendan from Wheatus have become friends and talk. Even when we're not on tour. So, I know it sounds goofy to say it, but at my age and with what I've been gone through in my life, I'm really into gratitude and blessings. I'm 32 years sober. I have a great relationship with my wife and my daughter, and man, I want to do this as long as I can. Go to school, hopefully graduate. Oh my God, I wish my mom would have been alive to see that. Be happy.
You're gonna put the degree on the wall and everything, right?
Yeah.
Right, hanging on the bus wall.
Between the platinum records.
There you go.
Those are two different kinds of education, right? And I graduated both, so there you go.
That's awesome. You mentioned doing this, as long as you possibly can. We mentioned a little bit ago, you're coming up on 30 years, almost 20, I think 28 years now, since the release of the first record for you guys, and then Sparkle and Fade obviously came out in 95. Has it hit you? Because I mean, you got started a little later, than some people do in their rock and roll careers. You said, you're 59 now, but like, would you have ever imagined that this would have lasted this long for you?
No way. I just hoped it would spin into something like working at a label or having my own label again, and just being creative. And it is going to spin into something, me being creative and working with creatives, as far as my coaching and counseling go, and it's something I do anyway, because I have a lot of I sponsor people in the program, and I'm very active and getting more and more active, and it's just something that I have a niche for, and I really enjoy working with people and talking to people, and being able to take the stupid screw ups in my life. See, I had to catch myself. Screw ups in my life to make it so that I can use that to help people who are going through the same thing, and that's exciting, and get paid for it. That's life, man. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Mama needs new shoes.
You guys, it's really interesting about the time Everclear came up, because it was in the middle of this grunge explosion in music. And I would definitely not classify Everclear in the grunge era of music, but you guys did explode, during that time period. And it was, almost counterculture, because the main culture at that time was the Alice in Chains, the Soundgardens, the Nirvanas. And then here's this just straightforward rock band named Everclear that is connecting with people on a level that even some of these other bands can do. Like, what was it like being amongst, that kind of environment in rock at the time?
Well, thank you for picking up on that, because we were kind of the odd cats out, I mean, we are like those bands in some ways, where it's big guitars and swaggering rock and roll, heavy, a lot of noise. But yeah, lyrically very different, production different, much more punk rock, less produced than a lot of those bands, because I produced it myself, and I knew what I wanted to hear. I didn't want to hear a bunch of faint drum sounds and super tuned vocals, and I wanted it to sound real. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of all our records. Looking back on it, I guess it was my sobriety at the time, and it was still pretty new, and I just would put the blinders on and just not listen to people talk smack and just do my thing. And the guys with me, as long as they were part of the program, they were part of it. So, but I was driven, man. I was really driven, and that doesn't always make you the life of the party when you're driven like that. I knew what I wanted, and I wasn't going to take crap from anybody about it.
Well, you guys have been exceptionally successful. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'm a lot more mellower these days.
I did hear something, and I saw something the other day. We're still spinning this record, Santa Monica. And it's 25 years now, 26 years actually now. Is it true that that was not going to be a radio single? Like you did not put that out there for radio to play?
I think what you're talking about is like I've said we didn't get signed for that song. That song didn't exist when we got signed.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
So that song Everclear wasn't signed for that song because I hadn't written it yet. I wrote it after we got signed, and we'd never made singles, like tried to write a single. I write a bunch of songs, best songs make the record, and then I would turn the record in when I felt and the label felt like they had songs that could help sell the record.
Right.
In the case of that album, we did 4 singles. In the case of Afterglow, we did 4 singles, and so I knew what the labels needed to do to sell the record. When you go to a major label, if you have any illusion like you're some sort of artist that you're not going to, kowtow to the machine,
right?
Well, guess what, Sunshine? You are part of the machine. You got the money in your bank account to prove it. So if you're going to do that, you got to play the game to a certain extent. And I understand that I needed to give them things to sell the record. Images, imaging, backstory, and songs that could work on radio and MTV. And I didn't try to write those songs for that. I wrote Santa Monica because I was having anxiety attacks, and the only place I felt good was by the ocean. And so it was about comfort zones. And that's not his song material, Hey, I want to write a song about being a total screw up and alcoholic and having anxiety attacks in my late 30s. Yeah, that's gonna sell millions of records. No, I just wrote the song and came up with the music and the hook, and it's a good hook, and it just connected, man. And then from there on, the label understood that's how it was gonna work. I was gonna turn in a record and they could give me their comments on it, but if I disagreed, we were going to do it my way.
Right.
And
right.
But I worked with great people, and I listened to what they said, and sometimes things got better because of it. So, we're not islands out here. I've learned that in my life. I need other people need me, and it's a good relationship.
Well, you got a good relationship with Wichita. I've been looking back, on your history with us, and several tours have come through here, but I believe the last time that you've been here was 2012. And I believe you were on tour with the Gin Blossoms and Sugar Ray, I believe was that tour.
We were at Wave at 2018, I believe. Check it.
What? Say that again?
I think we were at Wave.
Oh, you were. That's
Wave
right.
Outdoor.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Summerland. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember because the guy that owns the place is a chef, and he made us amazing food.
Yeah.
I'm a guy. I remember that.
Yeah, their tacos are unbelievable. They got the taqueria there at Wave. It's just phenomenal.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I look forward to that. Actually, that's something we're all looking forward to. Hey man, we're going to Wichita. We're going to that place, dude. The place with the tacos. Yeah, man, we're going there. Oh, awesome. We're all middle-aged guys, man. We don't drink. We don't chase girls. We eat. That's what we do. And that's okay. So
something I do love about the Summerland tours, you guys always put together these incredible lineups with these artists, and when I tell people about this show coming through, I tell them it's Wheatus, Hoobastank, Living Color, and you guys. Before they even say a word, you can just see this warm smile come across their face. And it's like this, it's like a nostalgia hug, I think, for especially people like in my generation that grew up listening to you guys. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, they're smiling because they know a lot of those songs, you know?
Right.
That's like comfort for exactly what you're saying. That nostalgia is like comfort food for the soul. And it's good, melodic, hard-hitting, loud rock and roll that will bring you back. There's a little nostalgia there, but it's also, there's a lot of young kids coming to these shows, dude. It's
Really?
crazy. Yeah, kids that weren't even born when Santa Monica was a single. Serious? I'm not joking, man.
So now
And
you've got
also
multiple generations now coming to your shows.
And I think that's beautiful. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, we are excited to have you back, man. It's going to be a blast at the show. Summerland Tour is going to be here September 23rd, which is next Thursday, for the purposes of this interview. Man, it has been a pleasure catching up with you, man. Stoked to see you when you get here on Thursday. And have a few tacos for me, too, for lunch, because I'm probably not going to get there until later in the day.
Okay. No, I'll have some for lunch. I might have some for dinner, too. All right. I'll see you, man.
All right. Take care, Art. Be well.
Yeah, watch the world die.